So you want to get away from white sugar and the colored white sugar called brown sugar. Then you have to stay off of bleached white flour and white rice, because they turn to sugar very quickly in the body. And because it's turned into sugar very quickly, it turns into alcohol, which gives you hardening of the liver, cirrhosis of the liver. The sugar is seeking to get more water. It's trying to get the water that went with it when it was in the sugar cane. So it pulls the water out of your veins and arteries, decreases your circulation. That's sugar dehydrates your body. That's why it shuts down the veins and arteries in the feet, because it's pulling the water out of it. Shuts down the veins and arteries in the kidneys, pulling the water out of them. Shuts down the veins and arteries in the eyes, causing blindness. Sugar causes high blood pressure, arthritis, dialysis, I think they call it, the loss of your kidney, blindness, and arthritis. All those things are caused by sugar. But the supplements we use for sugar diabetes are bilberry, which is a herb, better known as blue raspberry leaves. Some people call it huckleberry leaves. You heard of huckleberry fin? That was named after that plant, huckleberry. Huckleberry leaves are what we call bilberry. That's the herb. There's also a herb called golden seal, which makes a chemical called inulin, which turns into insulin. There's a plant called string beans that comes from Africa. String bean juice, 4 ounces of a cup of it, is equal to 4 units of insulin. Raw string bean juice. The mineral we take for diabetes mellitus is vanadyl sulfate. All you're doing is healing the pancreas with a mineral, healing it with a herb called bilberry, staying off of bleached white flour, white rice, white sugar, brown sugar, staying away from that totally. Some people still have that Jones for sugar. So I always treat diabetes with a substance called Cravex. It's called Cravex, that's the name of it. It gets rid of your craving for fat, salt, and sugar. So I always treat the craving, because diabetics are the worst for staying on a diet. If I have a choice between treating a diabetic and an alcoholic, I'll treat an alcoholic any day. Diabetics will sneak up at night. They do all day they're doing right. Around 12 o'clock midnight, when everybody's asleep, they're in there with some Sara Lee cake or something, eating on her or something.
I would know that.
Yeah, they're the word, no? So I'm just saying, that's why I use the Cravex, because it's a chemical craving. So we have to flush out this chemical. So I use Cravex along with the Vanadyl and the bilberry and those changes in the diet.